Meghan Markle, you know, there's always a drama, isn't there, whichever way you look at it, and it does seem to be that people say, oh, but you know, you're picking on her, you're saying this, but no, we're only bringing you the news that really does break out. And in the case of Meghan and Harry and that recent visit to the United Kingdom, which was, by all manner of facts, really a very fleeting one, wasn't it? It didn't go particularly well. Well, there was one incident really for them that really they saw as a, shall we say, a very big final insult. But as ever, what was it? Hi, good morning, Neil. Sean here in the very heart of London today. We're in Notting Hill. Actually, I've got to just tell you, I was just walking along the road and I literally bumped into the former British Prime Minister, David Cameron. Yes, that sort of area. Madonna has a house around this area. And then, of course, but David, yeah, let me tell you, by the way, had on all the tennis gear. And I think he was with his tennis partner. It's interesting, isn't it, you know, when you see these people out of their uniform, as it were. He did have security with him and he was looking straight ahead. Didn't really want to be bothered. That's power for you, isn't it? Oh, you know, we can all dream, can't we? One day we'll all have the power. We just need to win the lottery, don't we? Back as ever, though, to your breaking royal story of the day. Now, as we know, Prince Charles and Camilla have gone off to Rwanda on that fact-finding mission, and you know, they've been incredibly busy when you think about it, all because, of course, of Our Majesty the Queen stepping back simply for mobility issues and, you know, having too many things to do. So you couldn't really say that Charles has ignored his second son. He's tried. As we know, he paid for a lot of things, even though Prince Harry claimed on TV that he cut him off. That wasn't the case. It was proven again to be a total fabrication. So you can understand really why when Prince Charles did this at a recent big event over here in the Platinum Jubilee, well, it would have incensed, of course, the very, how shall we say, hypercritical and victimhood people that are Harry and Meghan. Because, you know, I don't know whether this is sort of talking off camera really or whatever, but I actually do feel at times sorry for Meghan, because it can't be very easy living with somebody like Prince Harry who's had everything, you know, and then now you've got to find a way of entertaining him, you know. Can't be easy. I mean, let's be honest, you know. The bigger problem, of course, now is this, because as we now know, Meghan and Harry basically turned up and went to the Thanksgiving service at St. Paul's Cathedral. Everybody thought everything was honky-dory. Whether they got the car or whatever, we're not into that debate again. I know the facts. That's all that matters. What's interesting, though, is, as you know, when Prince Charles entered the cathedral and went over and blew a kiss to Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, you've no idea what he started, because, as you know, that was a very public gesture by the future King of England. You know, that was basically saying thank you for everything in front of the world. And as we know, Catherine's been incredibly supportive. You only have to see how close they are when they were at the Bond premiere together. You know, there's a really close bond there, and that's great, you know, for William, for the three children, and of course he's very close to the Middleton family. Forward, and there you have Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, as they allegedly feel being totally ignored, because according to them and their people, that was a very public display that proved exactly where Prince Charles's allegiances lie. Now, the bigger problem, of course, for Prince Charles is I think it was just one of those off-the-cuff moments. You know, he's forever grabbing ladies' hands, kissing them on the back of the wrist, all that sort of stuff. You know, he's very gentlemanly, old school. I don't really think there was anything in it. But of course, if you get something wrong in the world of Harry and Meghan, then they do become the problem. And according to a very good source, that's one of the things that Harry and Meghan now feel very slighted by, because of what Prince Charles did in the cathedral. In fact, some are saying this is the biggest insult that they've received since they departed, of course, and decided to become Megxit. The problem that you have, as I've said many times before, is you threw down the gauntlet, you said all of those things on TV, and Prince Charles, the Queen, Prince William, Duchess of Cambridge, however, Sophie Wessex, are entitled to react in any way that they wish after what went before. Prince Charles, Catherine, William, Harry and Meghan, was there really a bigger insult than that? I would just say that it was just an off-the-cuff thing that Prince Charles did, and perhaps just never thought about it. After all, you know, they were right there in front of him. As we saw, Harry and Meghan were second-tier royals. They were in with the normal people, for want of a better word. So of course he couldn't do that. And well, why should he, given what they've done to him? So fast forward, it looks like this particular slight could end up as being one of the biggest, shall we say, talking points in Prince Harry's book, which is yet to get anywhere near off the ground, and they need it ready for the autumnal release. That's when you sell the most books. But of course, if this truly was the final insult for Prince Charles against Harry and Meghan, then he could read about it, no doubt, if and when this book ever truly does get published. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.